Good morning, Tarkov. How's everyone doing? I made sure to speak loudly there because I think I had the music up just a little bit too loud. And hello to Spotify. We are. Oh, I don't know what computer that was on. That was not you guys. That was me. If you could hear that, I don't know actually what PC that was, so I don't know if you could have heard that. That was my Windows, guys. Apologies. Anyway, thanks Windows. Windows is here, by the way, too, guys. Say hello to Windows, everyone. And also say hello to Spotify. We are now officially on Spotify. What a great start to Spotify. So yeah, we're going to be uploading these to Spotify as well as the VOD, and they are going to stay on YouTube. So if you guys are watching the VOD on YouTube or if you are listening on Spotify, this is Good Morning Tarkov, the show that I've been putting on for a good while now, and it's actually doing very well. So I plan to do this quite a while longer, as well as adding a afternoon stream. I'm going to do an afternoon podcast as well. We turn the music down just a little bit, but more on that later. So if you are watching the VOD or if you're looking on Spotify, there should be some timestamps. I think they work on Spotify. They may or may not. The one that I checked yesterday sent me to YouTube, but for some reason they still show up on Spotify. So the timestamps should work on the VOD at least. So if you are interested in keeping up with the discussion for today, you can check out the timestamps that I will have in the description and the very top comment over on YouTube if you are interested in skipping ahead. Also, if you are interested, this show is live from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day, and usually we pick a topic just to get everyone's brains going and to get everyone just kind of in the mood to kind of talk about something Tarkov related. So I'll rattle off my thoughts on a subject for the first 15 minutes. Maybe I go for maybe 20, 25 minutes sometimes, depending on the subject. And then we get a chat Q&A going, and it's going to be mostly about that topic. But generally speaking, it always does turn into, when wipe, when VoIP, and all that stuff. So that's what the commands are for with the live stream. But we're going to wait for people to start to show up. So good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hey, Hammer Time. Hey, Crackers. Hey, Nathan. What up, Jack? Galax, how you doing? Sharper, how you doing? Greg, how you doing? Subliminal, how you doing? I just finished a test in school. I hope you did well. I hope you studied. Ready for that factory update? Anyone else? Absolutely. I love new content. Jesse Kazam was saying this the other day, and it seems like we are very much on the same wavelength when it comes to Tarkov stuff. Because for me, it's always the actual content that you can really explore. Guns are great, but they don't really bring you anywhere. So I really enjoy my guns, of course. I'm going to love the SCAR. I'm going to love the G36 one. I mean, the G36 is a soon TM. We don't know when the G36 is coming. It's a soon TM. But the SCAR should be coming with 12.11, so that'll be really cool. And the Mark 47 we know is coming with 12.11. That's going to be really cool as well. So I love my guns. I'm a big Pew guy, but maps are great. I'm going to love exploring the factory expansion for sure, dude. It's going to be really cool. Finals week. Best of luck, Shep. Morning, Hurstel. New favorite way to start the day. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Meow Meow Face. Good morning. Meow. Aces, how you doing? Point of view, you have a ghillie suit and whisper to the enemy with VoIP. I wish ghillie suits were coming. I don't know the most up-to-date information on ghillie suits, but I do remember them saying in the past that they weren't going to do ghillie suits because of how the physics works with them and stuff. They just didn't want to screw with that. But the last time they talked about that was a long time ago, and it was before the drop apocalypse. So maybe they've become a little bit more cocky with cocky's the wrong word. Probably ambitious a little bit more. I mean, they're definitely pretty ambitious nowadays, but especially with stuff like Streets. But we'll see what they end up doing with the ghillie suit. I'm about to take a test. Wish me luck, dude. Tests everywhere. Rustiest. Good luck, man. Good luck. I didn't study, though. Oh, well, made the key to help you. Agreed, the Woods expansion changed my view on the map completely. I love it now. No, for sure. That Woods expansion was amazing. That was really cool. There was a lot of dead space that just makes sense now. especially over in that field over there with it used to just be the broken cement up before RUAF exit there. It's really cool that they added that camp there. Anybody else get high blood pressure from playing this game? It's absolutely, it's Tarkov. That's why you see so many people using the heart rate monitors when they play Tarkov, man. I tried to set one up, and I have a watch here that can be connected through Bluetooth that can check my, it's not the Apple Watch, it's like a Polar or something, and it can get my heart rate, and I was checking to see if there was some app or something that I could use, and I couldn't figure it out. I wanted to start checking my heart rate when I played Tarkov, because I am suspiciously, like, calm for a lot of this stuff. Like, there's not a whole lot of things that will really get me moving or, like, get my heart going, but at the same time, I get jump scares. It's the weirdest thing. There's not, like, when I get shot at, I'll just, if someone is, like, actively engaging me, then I'm able to, like, stay calm and, like, figure it out and get back at them and stuff like that. But if I just hear a weird, like, noise from, like, really far away, or someone shoots from really far away, I do get jump scared from time. I don't know what it is. It's just weird. I don't know what it is. Yeah, guys, there are some commands if you guys are looking for specific information. That's the best that we have right now. I do need to be more clear that nobody actually knows when the wipe is going to be. I did want to mention that at some point today, so, you know, now is better than ever. Now is probably the best time than ever. Words. No one actually knows when the wipe is, so I'm in the mindset that there's people out there that would appreciate at least some information than no information. So if you guys want to know when the next wipe is going to be, would you rather hear, well, I'm assuming you're here, so I kind of know the answer already, but my take on it is that would you rather get a perspective from someone that's been following the game for a very long time and say, hey, I don't know when the wipe is going to be, but this makes sense, so at least be prepared for this to possibly be a wipe? Or would you just rather hear, yeah, we have no idea, man. You have no idea. So no one knows, because that's true. No one knows. BSG probably don't even know for sure whether they're going to wipe with 12.11 just yet or not. No one actually knows, but I tell you what, I think 12.11 makes sense. So that's why I put that stuff up there. That's why I say that stuff. Hope you're having a great morning, day. I am, James. Played hockey. Tuesday mornings are the hockey mornings, so I might be running a little bit late sometimes, but I was here on time today, so it worked out pretty well. Get up at 5 for some morning hockey on Tuesdays. And I might start doing it on Fridays, too. Because I'm sitting at my desk quite a lot. Favorite energy drink, if I have one? I don't really, like, drink a lot of energy drinks, but I'm a coffee guy. I like my coffee. We should do a poll to see what people's favorite map is. Yeah, it's probably going to say reserve, right? Probably reserve. All right, we got a lot of people here. Good morning. Good morning, Juan. They should just do a battlefield and tweet out soon. Yeah, it's because it's working so well for Battle State. Anyway, guys, so let's get today's topic. It is an interesting one, so I do want to preface this with a bit of an explanation at the beginning, because I have a lot of friends that take part in this. So this is not it's not going to be overly negative. It's not going to be like a hit piece. I would just like to say right off the bat, I really appreciate everything that's going on with the, competitive scene with Escape from Tarkov. I think it's brought a lot to the table. I think it's brought a lot of really cool people to the community as well. So I appreciate everything that they've done, and I myself am even looking to get involved with it in some way, because I think it's really interesting if I can figure out a way to get 5-mans to work correctly, because we have Twitch Rivals today, so it's also on point. I want to talk about this today because we have the first round of Twitch Rivals. The EU Twitch Rivals should be live like pretty soon, actually. It should be going. It's going to happen today. It should be live within a few hours, actually, since it's EU. So you can go check that out. There's going to be lots of different channels. You'll pop up. You'll see on Twitch. It's going to be all over Twitch today with between Battle State and then, of course, Twitch itself, because it is being ran by Twitch, or being run by Twitch. So I thought it was a fitting topic for today. So I wanted to talk about some kind of important topics that go along with it. And I know a lot of the people that would be involved with this would understand completely. So none of this is going to be negative. So if there's any children listening, whether it be actually in age or in mind, this isn't like, oh God, hey, did you see what Nice Guy said? Did you see what he said? This is what he said about this stuff. This is literally I got some pros and I got some cons about it. And I respect everyone involved. I think it's brought a lot of really great people to the community, and I can't wait to see what happens with Arena. I can't wait to see what happens more with these tournament stuff, and I think it's going to be really cool for the future. So, with that said, let's go into it a bit. Now, like I said, it's not going to be overly negative, but I do think that how they're going at the competitive scene could present a couple of issues when it's combined with some other things. So first, we'll get to the pros, though. We'll get to the good stuff, and then we'll end with the negative, because I think the negative is what people are really going to get going on. And I think we actually, the pros are pretty easy to understand. So we'll start with the pros, and then we'll get to the cons, and then we can discuss it. The pros are obviously numbers. Look at what is going on with Twitch right now. Who is the most popular Escape from Tarkov streamer on Twitch right now? It's Landmark. He's hilarious. He's got a hilarious community as well. There's just a lot of funny shit that happens. He's able to do cool stuff in game, and he's also amazing. He is very good at the game. He's very good on clicking. He's very good at clicking on foreheads. And look at the rise of a lot of people that were basically no names at the beginning of the Droppocalypse. They got into Escape from Tarkov. They were very good at first-person shooter games, and now they're dropping hundreds of people on they're dropping numbers, or sorry, they're getting hundreds of viewers is the right word to use there. They're getting hundreds of viewers from over the span of just a few months on Twitch because they are just very good at the game. And Battle State has helped provide that to them, and Pestily has helped provide that to them too as well with his Punisher tournaments. Evasion has helped provide that as well with their tournaments that they have going on and their team that's going on. So generally speaking, the pros is no publicity is bad publicity, even with tournaments where Escape from Tarkov is just not ready for tournaments. We can admit that right now with all the desync, the bugs that pop up. It is not ready for tournaments right now, but they're still pulling it off, and it's still a lot of fun to watch. So what does it say when the game is not done? It is not done, and it breaks all the fucking time, including in tournaments. And it's still fun to watch, and it's still like a cool thing that happens, and it still draws a lot of people to the project and to the community and stuff like that. So it's great. It's got a lot of really cool people, and it's just interesting to watch. So it is overall very good for the game. And that's pretty much it in terms of pros. It's a very good thing. It's lots of numbers, lots of like good people to the community, and lots of bringing lots of eyeballs to the project and everything. And that's the pros to it, which is all very good stuff. But unfortunately, there are some cons that we do need to pay attention to a little bit when those cons are paired with other things. So, cons. It is my personal opinion that I think when you strive for perfection in terms of competitiveness, like when you're striving for perfection and you want the best frames per second, you want the best, skill plays at all times, in a game that is not done yet, it creates a lot of negativity and it creates a lot of bad feelings about the game. And I think we're seeing a lot of that right now. So you can see a lot of discussions on Twitter these days. You can see a lot of frustration in people when they're streaming and something happens to them, but they want that good play. Their livelihood is depending on them making a really good play. And if the game just breaks on them and they have nothing to do with it, they're obviously going to get frustrated. That's why you don't see me doing too much skill-based stuff. For those of you guys that have seen me play, I'm being modest here, but I can fucking kill, like I can Chad. I can Chad when I want. I've been playing first-person shooters for a very long time. I understand the game very well, and I'm generally speaking, I'm very good at the game. But I don't want my content to just be that, because I know to a certain point it's not really sustainable for both like a mental state and for a content state, because I just feel like there's always going to be someone that it just puts more time in and is going to be better than me. So I don't want my pure essence of and this is my personal thing. Everyone's different, of course. Genuinely speaking, I don't want my content to only be skill-based stuff, personally, just for me. So I go for the information. I love talking about Tarkov. I love hanging out with you guys. Hell, I'm sitting here every morning for just an hour, just chit-chatting, talking about the game. I love it that much that I'm able to do that, so that's why I do that stuff. But for other people, that's their livelihood. They need to make that good play. They need to have that. They need to make those. They need to win those tournaments. Rivals is going to be. I don't know what the prize pool is for EU. If someone knows off the top of your head, or if someone sees what the prize pool is for EU today, let me know. But I know for NA, it's $6,000, and it's three teams. It's trio teams. So that's $2,000 a piece to the winners of that tournament. And for a lot of people, €1. That's $2,000 a piece to the winners of that tournament. And for a lot of people, like, I mean, that's easily most, if not all, of your bills for the month, right? I mean, that you can get your rent, you can get your internet, you can feed yourself there, or at least not at least a big chunk of that is. And at the very of like literally your livelihood, and even in the next month at least, you get some savings on that. You know, maybe at the very least, it's going to help you out a lot. It is a very significant amount of money that's going to help you out a lot, especially if you are a streamer. If that's like if you're like new to streaming and stuff like that, and you're just getting started. Someone like Landmark, someone like Pesley, maybe not, but you know, it'd be very nice for them. I think that for them it's more of the title, and it'd be interesting to see if they do something cool, because most of the time, if a big name does end up winning that, they do something cool with it. So we'll see what happens if that ends up happening. Not saying that they have to do something like that, but that's just, I'm pointing that out. And yeah, I think it's more of like a title thing. So people still want that title. People still want the notoriety that goes with being one of the top people in the Punisher tournaments, being one of the top people for Twitch Rivals. And in a game that is not done yet and breaks very often, I think it promotes a bit of negativity, and we have to be careful with new people to the game on how they perceive that. And if they are coming into streams, especially late wipe when everyone has the best gear, so that those little stutters and stuff can really mean a lot, because people are able to kill very quickly. I think it starts to drag on people, and with that negativity starting to build up, the community starts to think it's more and more okay to be negative about the game and to reciprocate that negativity. It does get to BSG, when BSG knows what they signed up for. They know that they are still in development. They still need to finish the game. There's still a lot going on. But when they go to the community and they see nothing but negativity, I'm sure obviously it's not nothing but negativity. But it definitely doesn't help if they happen to pull up Twitter, and God forbid they go on Reddit, and the first thing they see is something negative about the game. It just, it's like, all right, I'll stop there and then I'll go do something else. From someone that has worked with social media in game development, that is so tough. So it was literally my job to actually talk to those people and figure that stuff out from there. I won't go into too much detail with that. So I can handle it and I can understand it a bit better. But if you're just Joe Schmo engineer, you're Joe Schmo artist, you're Joe Schmo QA guy, whatever it might be on the team, and you don't actually understand very loud minorities and stuff like that. Not that this is a minority. We'll get to that in a second. It can be very tough for you to get up in the morning and to work and to actually get into the game and actually work on the game. So that we have to really be careful with how far we are until the game is actually finished, what we're really putting our thoughts into and what we're really portraying to people, and the opinions that we put out there on the game and stuff. So generally speaking, it's a tough situation. I really like the numbers that we're getting for Escape from Tarkov. It's growing the community. It's getting some really cool people into the community. It's getting a lot of people excited for the future of the game. But then there's also, on the other side, there's a lot of people that don't understand where we're at. That's why I made that video the other day explaining where Tarkov is going, because who knows how many people, hundreds of thousands of people, that think this is Tarkov, that this is what we're going to do. We got Chads, we got Rats, we got Labs. Just go get the key card. You're going to run into Labs. You'll be good to go. You're going to fight some people. The maps are going to be the same. The enemies are going to be the same. It's a PvP game, right? This is all PvP. Let's go do some PvP. And then, come around launch, come around Karma, they're like, what the fuck is this? Come around, we've got new NPC factions, we got these bigger maps, we got these different survival, we got this different medical animation, different medical uses, we've got these different kinds of extraction points, we got this different economy that's going to be coming because we're in a testing environment right now, and it's going to change a lot of opinions, and it's going to do, I think it's going to be a bit difficult to kind of, get over that hump for it. So we have to make sure that we're keeping people in the know, and that people understand what they're getting themselves into with Tarkov. And generally speaking, if they see nothing but the competitive side of Tarkov, I think I gotta be real careful with how I word this. It might be different. They might find it different to them. It might find it not what they signed up for if they went and got the game and then got into it themselves. So it's a little bit difficult to kind of go with the flow with the tournament stuff, because I think it does promote a little bit too much negativity. So if I had like a say in terms of from BSG and stuff, I would make it very obvious at every single point that I can that this game is still in development. And people need to know for a fact, so that when their favorite streamer dies to a bug in the middle of a very important tournament, that is actually a common thing because it's still in development. The game is not done yet. And all the negativity that comes from that and people not wanting to get into it themselves, or maybe the smaller streamers that every single time they die, they'll constantly be negative, and it's like the sarcasm was like, well, that's just great game design and all the stuff that you guys are, I'm sure you're used to hearing with stuff like that. I don't think it's good for the community, and I really hope that that the future community, like as we get closer to launch, people get a better understanding of where the game is going and what's going to be happening with it and stuff like that. So again, best of luck to everyone. Best of luck to everyone that does these tournaments. I think they're great. I just think that there should be a little bit of wording differently and a better understanding given to people around the tournaments, so that there's a bit more. I would say probably not efficient actually. So it's just a bit better future proofing, so that people understand that this isn't the game. There's a lot more to come, and it is, generally speaking, hopefully they're keeping to the plan, which at the beginning of this project was a survival game. It was a survival looter shooter. There's going to be Chad moments. You're going to be able to get into it. You're going to be able to go play arena. There's going to be factories. Factory's still going to be one of the smaller maps. Sure, they're going to, with the expansion, they'll increase it. There'll be a lot more exits and stuff. Still going to be one of the smaller maps. And there's going to be a lot of cool stuff to do. First-person shooter gameplay that's really fun, but it's not exactly that scene. Maybe it'll turn into that, and I'm a little bit worried of what would make it turn into that. Is being another, again, I got to be real careful with what I'm saying here. I just hope that it's not distracting BSG. I really hope they're sticking to the plan. It looks like they're sticking to the plan. The Q&A that I have waiting to hear back from Nikita, I'm sure he's going to answer a lot of questions around that, and that's going to help calm my nerves a little bit with that stuff. And it'll open our eyes for a lot of what's going on behind the scenes with development and stuff. And then also, hopefully, we're going to get this patch coming up here soon. And along with that, we can get the Tarkov TV and more updates and stuff like that. So in terms of news, not like specifically like a 12.12 or whatever, but news on 12.12. So yeah, I've said it like twice already, but I just want to make sure I'm clear with this so that we don't get any drama coming from this. Complete respect to everyone that's involved with the competitive scene with Escape from Tarkov. I think it's great for the community. I just hope that the extra negativity that comes from it, because they are being super competitive in a unfinished and most of the time a lot of the time broken game. I hope that it doesn't drag on BSG too much, and I hope it doesn't drag on people too much. That is my major worry when it comes to this stuff. So, yeah, whenever it comes to the competitive stuff, enjoy it. It's really cool to watch, especially when everything works out correctly. But when it does go negative, just remember that the game's still in development. We got more to come, and BSG are working on it, and the usual stuff. And I already get enough people for sucking people's dick over at BSG. So my normal stuff, my normal positive outlook in terms of the future of Tarkov and all that. So yeah, that was the topic for today. If you want to just completely
microwave.
Hey, good to see you again. What benefits you more in a raid? A more game sense?
Probably game sense, because with Tarkov, there's a lot going on. But let me get to that in a second there, Anthony. Thank you very much for the 5 spot. So yeah, that was the topic for today. If you guys want to rip me apart, make sure you're using @NiceGuySpaceTarkov and let's discuss it. But that was my general outlook when it comes to the tournament stuff, and I thought it was a good topic for today because we have that Rivals thing. We have the Rivals EU popping up today. So let me know what you guys think. And make sure you're using @NiceGuySpaceTarkov so that it pops up. I'll show it here like I usually do. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, we got @NiceGuySpaceTarkov here, like what Stricken just did and what Moosey just did here and what Alexander just did there. @NiceGuySpaceTarkov. It'll pop up in bright orange and makes it much easier for me to see compared to everyone else in chat. All right, so what do you guys think? Let me know. 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 First off, do you guys like the tournaments? Do you watch a lot of the tournaments? I probably should get a better. That's probably the best question to ask first, actually, here, because I'm wondering if my followers, if my guys over here are really into the tournament. Do you guys like the tournaments? Just put a 1 in chat if you like or put a yes if you like the tournaments. Maybe put a little explanation or whatever, like, yeah, I'll watch most of them, or maybe you only watch one person in the tournaments. Give me a little bit of something with that. What do you guys think of the tournaments and stuff? And while you guys are doing that, let me get to Anthony here. Hey, good to see you again. What benefits you more in raid, aim, or game sense? That's very situational. Obviously, both of them are very good. In your close quarters situations, I would say in close quarters combat, aim is going to be what's good for you because you're going to need to get those headshots. You're going to make them count. You need to make them count. But if you are in a more outdoor environment and you have much more room to work with, I would say game sense. So understanding, all right, I heard those shots over there, so if I go over here, I should be all right. All right, there's a big thing is timing with Escape from Tarkov. So you just spawned in, 30 seconds later, you can pretty much guess where people are going to be based off of where you spawned and if you understand where the spawns are and how long it's been in the raid, what map you're on and stuff like that. I think game sense, generally speaking, overall, is more beneficial than aim for what it's worth. But obviously, if you can't kill anybody, you're not going to do better. So theoretically, even if you don't shoot anyone, you can still kind of work your way around the map and you can sneak around and loot some stuff and still get out. So I would say, generally speaking, game sense over aim. All right. Yes, I like the drop. I like the drops. Yes, yes. Yes, I've watched them all. Cool. Never watched one. Well, there's one. There's gonna be a really cool one today. Don't have time. Okay. Tournaments do not embody the spirit and idea of Tarkov. See, that's kind of where I was going with it, but I'm open to it. As long as it doesn't take away from the original. I was touching on that a little bit today, and I don't want to fully agree with that because it's still part of the game. It's still part of Nikita's plan. Like, arena is part of the lore. To have, like, the fight club, which is supposed to be, like, the arena, the quote-unquote fight club is supposed to be the arena. It's still part of the lore. It still makes sense to be in the game. But just where the entire community is going, like, it just seems like there's a lot of heavy talk going for Chad, the Chad gameplay and the quick gameplay and all that stuff. That's where we start possibly getting into some problems. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. How do you think the format for tournaments will change at full release? I have no idea, Nicholas. I'm not really into that. The bingo stuff is cool. I've shot some ideas at Pestily, and he's gotten back to me with them. And he said there is some restraints in terms of what they can do with tournaments, but he has actually liked a few of the ideas that I've sent him. And so we'll see if that ends up happening. And if we do get some more tools to be able to pretty much do what it, like if we could do whatever we want in terms of spawning scavs, spawning players, certain maps, certain loot and stuff like that, there's some very cool stuff that we can do. But we're a little bit limited in terms of what we're able to do right now. So what you see is what you get with the tournaments right now. Hope y'all having a good time. Any new updates recently? Nope, nothing recently. We got Rivals today, and then we have another Rivals tournament next week. And I'm still waiting to hear back on my questions. I gotta take a sip of coffee here, guys, or I'm gonna lose my voice. Oh, sorry guys. Let me get my slideshow going here. We got a little bit of something going on. Yeah, there's I forget who sent them. I hope you're in chat there. Again, guys, if you do have screenshots, if you do have some really cool screenshots that you want to show off to people, go over to my Twitter at @_niceguy and just tweet at me and send me the screenshots. And or you can send me on Discord, whatever you want. As long as they're appropriate for stream, I'll put them in the slideshow here. What time is the tourney playing at? I have no idea. Let me check here. Let me boop 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 boop. It's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific time. So we got 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours the EU Rivals is going to go. 2.5 hours. Is the 20th of May still the best guess for the patch, or did we get new info? No new info on that. Again, guys, I saw people tweeting at me and people referring to me. I really hope if you guys are going to go tell your friends, or if you're going to go somewhere public and say that I said something, it's at least what I actually said. People were saying that I said the wipe was fucking on the 20th. It's like, no, I'm saying that it makes sense for there to be a podcast at least on the 20th.
Keep up the good work. Love your videos.
Hey, Sean, really appreciate the 5 spot. Thank you very much, bud. Appreciate it. And Bud works since you're that is Canadian, right? CA? YouTube's got me fucked up with with all the different currencies. Why can't it just tell me what it is? Why can't it just tell me what it is in USD? If that is Canadian. Appreciate the 5 spot. Thank you very much for the kind words too. The fuck was I talking about? I forget. Let me scroll up and see if I can find the question. Oh, right. So it was, it makes sense for them to keep the news going and for them to have a podcast on the 20th. Either way, that next week after that tournament, keep your eyes open. I think we're going to get something important that week, and it makes sense for it to be the 20th because that is the Thursday of that week. They really like doing stuff on Thursdays, so definitely that would be when, the sweat starts to come in around 12.11, and then, of course, with 12.11, we're already sweaty because we might think of that as a wipe. It makes sense for it to be a wipe, at least in my opinion, so that's how that works out. So the 20th could be a very important day. Doesn't mean anything specifically is going to happen on it, but I think something might happen. We'll see. Are you going to be playing this morning or just talking? I'm just talking. Shiny, this is just talking. If I ever get Twitch fucking working, Twitch is where the gameplay will be. This is genuinely just talk. Because I just can't keep up with people in the comments, and I like having discussions about Tarkov. I do like talking about Tarkov, so hopefully I can help some people out. Boop, 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 boop. I need to catch up here, guys, so I'm just going to skip ahead a bit. Sorry if I haven't gotten your question yet. What is your opinion on the Meta M4? Is it too expensive to be viable, or is it good enough price for it to be worth it? That kind of stuff, I usually point at it in this, this kind of direction. We're in a testing environment, right? So for Escape from Tarkov, so if we can't easily get access to something, then we can't test it. And with that being such a good gun, I think generally speaking, everything is okay right now, so that we can get a proper test for it. And I really hope that that's...
This is a $5 of Swedish krona. Love the morning shows.
Thank you for saying that, because I was about to feel weird. I was just like, I really hope that's not going to be 50 USD, because that's too much. But thanks for the 5 spot as well. Appreciate it, Lime. Where was I? Because we're in a testing environment, if we didn't have access to it, then we wouldn't be able to test it. So I think it's okay with that. And also, once the end game actually comes in and once we're around launch, I think that there's going to be a completely different way of going about earning and finding and getting these high tier weapons. So I would say leave any strong opinions about that until we actually understand what's going to happen with the end game economy. Did you discuss the 11 questions you sent to BSG on a previous podcast? I missed a couple due to school and would love to rewatch it. Yes, I did. I've talked about them a couple times. Let me just pop them up on screen real quick here, guys. It's not like they're ghosting me. The guy, I'm not going to name him in case he doesn't want to be named, but I do have a friend over there, and he messages me like every day, and we chit-chat about some stuff related to Tarkov. But he does like to mention it every day. He's just like, yeah, sorry, man, we're just busy. We haven't gotten to it yet. I'll pop these up on screen real quick again if anyone missed them. Here. I won't like discuss it because I've already discussed it a couple times. But if you guys want to see what the questions were. These were apparently answered by Nikita, and they just need to be they needed to be translated to English, and they needed to be okayed. They needed to be approved by PR from BSG in order for me to get the answers. And they literally mentioned that they want to make sure this goes public. They want the news to get out there, and the exact quote that I got after Nikita answered them is, "You are going to like what he says here." That's the literal actual quote, was, you are going to like what he said here. So we'll see what that ends up happening. And then, of course, I did double check this the other day. I did check the questions that I sent him earlier. I only sent 10 questions. So he literally added this 11th question. So that makes that even more terrifying. I didn't remember if I actually sent a question that was something like that, but he actually added that 11th question. So that makes it even more terrifying. So yeah, guys, if you want to rewind or whatever, actually, while we're on that subject, I do want to get to that because there's people that don't know how the live stream works on YouTube here. So I'll discuss that real quick too. So yeah, you can grab a screenshot of that or whatever. But those are all the questions. And if you want my take on it or whatever, I did read over them the other day. So guys, if you are watching YouTube right now, what you need to see is the little red dot next to the live logo down underneath the scroll bar for the channel, or for the video, I mean. Because if you do not see that red dot, you are not actually watching me live. You are watching the past. So if you're asking questions and you're wondering what's going on and why aren't you answering my question or anything like that, it's because you are listening to past me. So make sure if you are watching the live stream, you are actually live. Same thing goes for the VOD. The VOD is not live. I've already done it. I've seen people comment as like, that's not how this works, bud. This is already this has already happened. So yeah. Yeah, so make sure that you see the actual red dot next to the live to make sure that you are actually live and you're with us here. Do you have a Discord? Cool news. I have a very, very good person that is interested in helping me with the Discord, and they are a very good person for the community, and they are a very good person technology-wise, and they are a very good person information on Escape from Tarkov wise, and they said they're interested in helping me make the Nice Guys a actual forever home. So an actual forever home for the Nice Guy community, and that's not just Escape from Tarkov, guys. That's all of my channels. That's going to be Ashes of Creation, Star Citizen, all the RTS games that I'm into, all the sim games that I'm into. That's everything. The entirety of everything that I'm involved with is going to be that Discord, and I'm not fucking moving again. That is the last Discord. Unless Discord goes down the drain, unless Discord goes away, that is the last time I'm ever fucking doing anything with Discord ever the fuck again, because it's so difficult moving around. So yeah, it is currently work in progress. I'm talking to him later today about that. So it should be really cool. Nikita Discord admin, if he wants to come by, I don't know. I has Time Machine, Mosey. Can you do me a favor and run back to all the times that Nikita said stuff and then people call me a liar for saying that Nikita said stuff? Appreciate you, bud. Good luck with that. Do you think the idea of rabid dogs would be okay? So the thing with Malvin, a lot of people are asking for animals in Tarkov. There's already a lot of calculations going on with AI in Escape from Tarkov, and there's even more coming. So there's more NPC factions. There's going to be more bosses. There's more unique situations going on with like the patrolling of the AIs. So animals are just not going to come. It's like a what's the benefit of having animals compared to having properly working NPCs that can shoot back and stuff like that. So it's just not worth it to have those dogs and stuff. You can hear dogs on Shoreline? You can hear dogs in Shoreline? Where, Mosey? That's news to me. If working, there's going to be, trust me guys, there's going to be a whole setup. It's going to be RTS, MMO, Sim, all that stuff. And then the specific games for each. And of course, Escape from Tarkov is going to have like a unique setup because that's what everyone is really here for. But there's going to be other stuff on there too. When is that happening? I'm assuming you mean the Discord. It's soon TM. Discord soon TM. The date is incorrect, by the way. Fuck, I always forget to make the date. Thank you. I always forget to do that. Thank you very much. Nope, it is not May 101. It is May 11th. Here you go. Go offline and listen? Okay, I'll see if I can get that. Blue Raven, I know it takes time because I have to go to the YouTube dashboard and I have to download them and then I have to put them in Premiere and then I have to turn them into an MP3 and then I have to upload them to Premiere, and I haven't had the time yet. So today's episode is going to go up, and then later today I'll take some time and put some more episodes up on Spotify, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. Thanks for the work. I've been following the videos and your information for a while. I'm forward to the mutant. I'm looking forward to the mutant. I'm assuming you mean. Glad I helped you with those build weapon parts on Twitter. Hey, appreciate it, Thaus. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Where can I send you some screenshots? On Twitter, at @_nice guy. Just tweet at me and put the picture in there. And as long as it is appropriate for stream, I will add it to the slideshow. I need to join the Discord. Well, it doesn't exist yet. So we have a waiting room, but it's like broken. Like it doesn't actually work. So don't worry about Discord right now. I'm not going to invite any more people to the Discord right now. Because it's like actually broken. How long do you think the early game stage of the wipe will last? Do you think BSG did a good job? And oh boy. What's going on here? Am I still here? I think I'm still here. All right, I should still be here, so I'm just going to keep talking as if I'm still here because I think I'm still here. We did just have a couple stutters, though, pop in and some drop frames. Where the fuck was I? How long do you think the early game stage of the wipe will last? Do you think BSG did a good job in slowing down game progression? Zylan, that's not really a thing yet, so they might have turned it down a little bit, but again, I have to go back to the we are in a testing environment point. So they want things to be, somewhat easily accessible for testing purposes. So we're really not going to see the slowed down progression until we're much closer to launch. Generally speaking, it's not in a good place right now. I think they do need to slow it down some more. So we'll see with the next wipe. I think it's just a little bit too quick. Little bit is not the right word. I think it is just generally just too quick right now. Best shotgun round for each map. AP-20. AP-20, if you don't have AP-20, then get Magnum Buck. And if you don't have Magnum Buck, then any kind of buckshot, really. Any kind of buckshot's fine. But AP-20 is awesome. I'm a 8.5 mag believer. I do not know what you mean there by... I don't know what you mean by that, Mosey. Can the smart shotgun that is coming to Tarkov be able to record things or connect to a PC somehow like the real one can? Highly doubt it. I definitely doubt it. I think all it's going to do is... I don't think it's going to actually even really work the same way it does in real life, where you're supposed to send it somewhere to like a HUD or something. I think the little monitor on it is actually going to show what's in it, I think. But we'll see. They haven't shown us specifics on that yet. F for 1 second? Okay. But we're back, so we're good. Will you expand your videos into Tarkov lore ever? Oh, of course. It's just not there yet. We need the proper lore. Yeah, I plan on going fucking all over Tarkov. I'm going to be all over Tarkov. Right now, my goals are, in terms of gameplay, I want to figure out a system that is easy. I want to figure out the best system for people to understand and for people to be able to pick up on, so that you can more easily play as a 5-person group. So I'm going to figure out some easy communication. I'm going to figure out some easy like kind of movement and you know, some techniques and tutorials and just kind of some advice at how to play as a 5-man group. Because generally speaking, if you guys are all somewhat okay, you guys understand Escape from Tarkov, there really isn't any losing a 5-man group most of the time, unless you really fuck up. If you're in a 5-man group, chances are you're gonna at least get your stuff back if you die, because someone's gonna be able to ditch your gear. So that is just a really valuable thing that not many people really go to, or they just end up team killing each other a lot, and it just ends up being a shit show anyway, because they don't know how to communicate and they don't know how to move and stuff like that. So I want to figure out a process of explaining that to people and getting that to work out well. And I also want to understand every single map completely for a proper 5-minute video once they're all complete. So I want to be able, including streets, I want to be able to do a 5-minute breakdown of every single map like I've done in the past, but when they're actually complete. And yes, I know I'm insane for streets. I'm going to at least try with streets. We'll see what happens with streets, but I should be able to figure out the landmarks, and I should be able to figure out all the extracts, and I should be able to figure out, to generally speaking, have you be able to navigate the streets location efficiently in 5 minutes. Like that's the whole goal with all the map stuff. So the instant that streets is available, I am... I haven't talked about this in a while too yet. I talked about this pretty much every day when I was on Twitch. But when streets drops, guys, I am not even going to be playing online. I am an information guy. So I'm not even going to go into a raid. If I can go offline and just go on streets and with no scavs or anything, the very first thing I'm going to do is that. So I don't care about leveling up. I don't care about getting gear or anything. That's all going to come with time. I want that information. I want to be the first person to really figure out streets, and then we can go from there. So I'll literally, the second that I'm in, I'm just going to go offline. Not going to need to worry about the servers, not going to need to worry about gear or anything. Turn the scavs off, go offline, go on streets. If streets is available, if it's not available offline, then I'll gear up, of course, and I'll head over there. And then I'm going to walk the edge of the map, and I'll figure out the complete edge of the map, and I'll figure it out, and I'll do some mapping of it and stuff like that. And I'll figure out what's the edge of it, where the edges are, how far can you go over here, and see if I see any exits and stuff like that. And then from there, I'll work my way in, and I'll figure out the map. So should be cool. And it'll be different, because everyone will be wanting to play the map and just level up and stuff, when I really want to figure out the map. So that'll be cool. Exclamation point wipe there, Heggies. What's your opinion on flechette rounds? Do you think they are good or bad? They're pretty good because they have that bit of pen. I got no complaints about it. I think they're good. How long does it take for them to translate the answers to English? It's been like a week. No, it's not that. I think the PR guy has some issues with what Nikita said. If I had to guess, I think Nikita spoke a bit too much, and he probably either sent them back to Nikita, or instead of sending them back, he's just saying, okay, we need to remove that. And maybe, for all I know, maybe he sent it back to Nikita a couple times. There's a lot that could have happened there. Maybe he thinks that it's not a good idea for Nikita to give the answers that he gave, but Nikita thinks it's a good idea for him to give the answers that he gave, because they know the instant. They know me. So they know the instant that I have those answers, I am going to start writing up a script and I'm going to make it public. The instant that I have those answers, I am immediately working on a video to tell you guys all about it. That is exactly what's going to happen, and they know that. So they have to, and I have some real numbers these days. So it'll get out there very quickly. So whatever he said, they are either arguing about it or he's just not okay with it or something. And yeah, that's just what's going on. So the one certainty that I have right now, though, is that as unfortunate as it is, I am never going to tell you guys that stuff again. I'm just never going to do that again. That was so stupid. I jinxed the shit out of myself. Of course, it went fine. Everything went to plan exactly how it happened last time up until the very last moment because fuck me. Of course it did. Everything's, oh yeah, we're approved. These are good questions. I just need to revise them a little bit and then we should be good. All right, can I see what you revised? Yep. All right, these are cool. Yeah, I'm going to send them to Nikita. Hey, Nikita's going to see them. We approved them. We're going to send them to Nikita. Like, okay, cool. Nikita answered them. Oh, fuck yeah, cool. All right, cool. So actually, Nikita answered them in Russian, so we're going to translate that, and then I guess the PR guy wanted to check them out for a second approval, so we'll see what's up with that, and then you'll be good to go. All right, cool. One eternity later. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Like, of course. Because that's when I told you, is when they were answered. Last time he answered them, and they didn't need to get approved for a second time. He just gave them to me, and then I made a video about it. So, yeah. Oh, well, shit happens. I'm never going to tell you guys that again, so as unfortunate as that is. So once I am looking at the questions, you'll know about it because I'll make a video about it. But, yeah, not going to do that again. Do we know the size of the Omicron container? Yes, we do. It's going to be a 3x3, and then there's going to be a space, and then a 1x3. So basically a gamma, and then a space, and then a 1x3. So it's not going to be the Kappa. It's not going to be the 3x4. It's actually, if you can picture that in your mind, it's going to be two separate, like, inventories of one being a 3x3 and then another one being a 1x3. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you think we'll ever be able to mount guns on walls, windows? Yep, that's planned. That's coming with LMGs. That's planned. What do you think of J-Dog the Wise? I don't know why you're asking that question, but I don't get the... I hope that's not, like, a negative thing, man, because I don't do that here. If you're looking, I do not, like, look at my name. Name's Nice Guy. I don't want beef. That is the last fucking thing ever that I want. So whenever it comes to any other person having any other opinion than mine or anybody else making content on Escape from Tarkov or making content at all, I just think it's perspective. So everybody has their own opinions. Everybody has their own way of playing the game. Everyone has their own perspective. So if you guys appreciate hearing multiple points of views and multiple perspectives, then cool, go listen to him. Go listen to his. If you like the way that he plays, if you like the way that he does his content and stuff, go watch him. I'm all for it, that kind of a thing. And generally speaking, I think I've seen like a couple of his videos. I know he makes good stuff because he has a lot of followers, but I generally don't really follow him too much. Nothing against him. I'm sure he's a great guy, and he's part of the Tarkov community, so at least he's cool. I think you were right on the date of the wipe. You know, when you see Pesley's playing Apex, then we are close to a wipe. Yeah, I've been talking to him a little bit about that, so we'll see what happens. I think just generally speaking, if you are a Tarkov vet, well, actually, there's more stuff to go with him on that. If you are a Tarkov veteran, then there's people that have gotten the Kappa 3 times this wipe already. If you are a Tarkov veteran, you've had your fill this wipe. And even if you're not, there's just been a lot that's been going on. But also with him, he's got pretty much all of his eggs into pretty much one basket, and that's Tarkov. So it's it's an intelligent decision for him to expand. So I know he's getting into Rust, and I saw he was playing Age of Empires the other day with Aqua and them. So that's also part of that. He needs to, as a business decision for his future, also expand and go to other stuff. And that's why you'll be seeing me play Ashes of Creation got delayed, though. The fucking NDA got extended. So you're not going to see me play Ashes of Creation, but you bet your ass I'm going to be playing that on Friday. So I got to figure out good timing for that now that I can't stream it. So I have to figure out what I want to do with that since you guys can't see me play. But I'm sure as shit going to be playing Ashes of Creation, and then there's also the Star Citizen thing coming up with the sale, and you're going to be able to tour the Javelin and the big-ass ships and stuff. So a bunch of stuff's coming up with that. PR guys are busy with Rivals. They might be. There's a bunch of stuff going on with that, Kirill. I don't know. They need to approve it. there's just so much stuff that there's just so much stuff that could go wrong with it or could be happening with it. And all this is speculation. All we know is that I should not have said anything. I should not have told you guys, even as certain as I was. And we very likely are at least going to get some of those questions. We are going to get the answers to those questions. Whether they wait to the podcast and then Nikita towards the end of the podcast says, oh, and by the way, shout out to Nice Guy because we had these answers. Sorry we didn't get to you. But here they are. And he says them during the pod. Whatever the fuck they end up doing, I'm sure we're still going to get the answers. But for some reason or another, that they just aren't ready to give them. They're just not ready to. So whatever. It's fine. We'll see what happens, Jack. Gotta go deliver content. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate you. What was that thing you teased us on YouTube? That was the questions, Black. That was this Q&A that I have with Nikita, which I don't have the answers to yet, and I am never gonna do that again. Omnicron container is actually coming to the game. Yes, you can see some screenshots of it. Yeah, there's actually a couple more containers coming to the game. Regarding Tarkov lore, there's a whole channel called EUL Gaming about the lore, not mine, but there is really so much to cover. Yeah, except plenty of people. Hell, I've done my fair share of lore with Tarkov, but it's just it doesn't like there's the books and stuff. So I guess if you really want to know the lore from the books, I know it doesn't exactly follow the books. There's going to be some changes and stuff, but if you guys really want to know what's going on with Tarkov before the lore is in the game. Take it from Raleigh there. I guess that's a channel that you guys can go check out. But generally speaking, there's not a whole lot there. We'll see what happens when they put the lore actually in the game. Did you hear on a lab? Did you hear on a labs free entry weekend coming in the next week or two? I haven't heard. Excuse me. I have not heard anything about that. But if that ends up being true, let me hit you with some crazy speculation here, and this is actually some crazy speculation, guys, so don't go saying that, hey, Nice Guy said this is happening. No, this is speculation. If that does end up being a thing, I'm wondering if with the factory expansion, they start the map-to-map travel. Because with the map-to-map travel, one of the first things, if not the first thing that they're going to do, if you guys haven't heard this, is they're gonna lock down labs. I think I made a video in the last month or so where the title of it was Labs Lockdown. It was in the thumbnail about it and stuff too. Where you will have to, in order to get to labs, go from factory or streets, find the entrance to labs, go to labs, do what you need to do on labs, leave labs to either factory or streets, and then leave either factory or streets respectively, whichever one you ended up going to get back to your hideout. That is the plan. That is what's supposed to happen. Labs is supposed to be a sketchy, really back alley, difficult place to find. It's supposed to be a secret. You're really not even supposed to know it's there. You're talking about lore. We're not supposed to know labs exists. Sure, if you're a USEC, you know it exists, and maybe if you're Bear, you hear something about it and stuff. Yeah, if we're talking about lore, labs is supposed to be the super secret thing, and apparently scavs are running around with these key cards everywhere, and everyone knows exactly where it is. So that's what's supposed to happen with that. Thanks, Jack. Good call there. So that's the rundown on the labs lockdown. And here's the crazy speculation part. I'm wondering if with the factory expansion, maybe they started it. If we have a free weekend of labs, it's like, all right, everyone get your use of labs now because now it's gonna get locked down. If that ends up being a thing, speculation again. I'm wondering if that's why. So we'll see. But I have not heard anything about that. No. Do you think we will ever get any German World War II weapons, mainly the MP40? Maybe. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Do you have any info about any change on quests? I hope there's going to be tons of changes going with quests, man. Tons of changes. Does BSG do their podcast on Twitch? Yes, they do. BSG, the Battlestate Games official. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate you. Love you, man. Keep up the good work. Thanks, love you, dude. Appreciate you. All plans should be disclosed carefully. The jinx is... Yeah, I jinxed the fucking shit out of myself with that. I shouldn't have done that. I'm never going to do that again. But if I get the answers, you guys will know. So it'll be all set. Did you play Hard Ops? I did play Hard Ops. I actually liked it. But it got difficult because the way they had the matchmaking set up, they actually had level-based matchmaking. So after I played it for a while, because I am good at first-person shooters, I'm not just the news guy, I leveled up a lot, and it made it very, very difficult to get into a game. I know they made some changes, but it was still very difficult, so it's just I didn't have the time. It's definitely a cool little arcade shooter, and it strangely feels like Tarkov, even though it is an arcade shooter. So it's cool, and it's free to play. So if you guys want to go check it out, like it's cool. It's a cool game. So if you travel from factory to labs, does it mean that only players out of my factory raid will be in my labs raid? We don't know the specifics on that, Raleigh. We're still waiting to hear back on that. We don't know the specifics about that. We don't even know if it'll be like a separate raid. We don't know if, like, let's say that your route that you want to take here is you want to go into factory, then you want to go to labs, do what you want to do on labs, and then go back to factory and then back to your hideout. So of course you're going to matchmake into factory first. So then you go to factory and then you go to labs. That is the extent. That is the end of our information that we currently have. We don't know if when you go into labs there will be a matchmaking or if you just go into labs. Of course, with like the map-to-map travel and stuff, ideally there would be no loading screen involved or anything. But I don't see how that would be fair or how that would make sense and stuff unless it was a complete open world situation. Either way, this again, that's a bit of speculation there too. We don't know what past you being able to enter labs from factory at some point in the future. That is the end of our information. We don't know if it's going to be matchmaking. Oh, and you will need a labs key card. So you bring the labs key card with you into factory, go to the entrance, use your labs key card to get into labs. We don't know if it's going to be a one-time use thing anymore after this point. I mean, it doesn't make sense to be a one-time use after that because I think it's placeholder. But yeah, so past that, we don't know. So we don't know if it's going to be a different matchmaking. So you can go and do what you need to do on labs, and then you go back to factory. We don't know if it's going to be matchmaking to then go back to factory as well after leaving labs. We don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. I gotta take a sip of coffee here, guys. I wasn't drinking enough coffee. I'm gonna lose my voice today. Do you think we will get stuff like clans, guilds, like we have cooperations in EVE Online? Absolutely. I have actually a couple videos talking about that. Clans are coming. There's not going to be guilds. They're going to be called like clans. Maybe they're going to be called like organizations or something. I don't know. But the clan system is coming. That is totally coming. The G36 is planned, and I would love that in game as well. It's one of my favorite guns ever. Do you think that Labs Lockdown will curb stomp mid to late wipe cheaters since there's no stopping the earlier wipe cheaters? It's not going to curb stop them because they're still going to be around. The thing with cheating, guys, and God forbid any of you guys ever, for fuck's sake, ever spend any real world money on anything in Escape from Tarkov. If any of you guys ever use those stupid RMT sites, that is what creates the cheaters. There's a fraction. There's a small fraction of people that have their weird wants or needs or whatever to just feel powerful, and whatever makes people want to hack in the game so that they can kill everyone, whatever mentality goes behind that stuff, that's like a very small fraction of the cheaters that we deal with. The vast majority of them, what they do is they take all your gear and then they sell them to an RMT site, and then the RMT site sells it to people that are bad at the game to buy an HK 416 for $5 or whatever. So if you guys ever buy anything from an RMT site, you are actively pissing yourself off. In fact, that's probably your HK that you're buying, because they're the hackers that fund that. They are funding the hackers. They're the significant reason why hacking is a thing. So that's why we see the founded raid stuff, because it's supposed to cut down the RMT. Pretty much anything that is a nuisance in the game right now is because of RMT. It's the fight against RMT. Other than obviously desync and stuff, because that's not that doesn't have anything to do with RMT. That's just, welcome to Tarkov. Will you still need a key card if it is map to map? You will definitely still need a key card to get into labs, but we don't know if it's going to be a one-time use or anything. We don't know. But you will still need it to get in. If a player scav hops in to factory and he's Polo, I see where you're going with that. I don't know. I have no idea. They have not explained that. Literally, the only information that we have is what I explained there about going from factory to labs, and then from streets to labs, and then respectively back again to either factory or labs, or factory or streets, and then back out. That is it. And the fact that you do need a key card to get in. I'm not kidding. Like, that is it. We have no idea. They haven't spoken about anything else, at least that I've found. Just wait and see. Yep. Thanks, Raleigh. Do you think having high scav karma would allow you to play as a scav on labs? Probably not, because it doesn't fit into lore. It's supposed to be like the super secret thing. So probably not. And if there was ever going to be a thing that would allow scavs to do something different, it would probably be in the Scav Life DLC. It probably wouldn't have something to do with karma. The karma will get you better gear at the start, and it'll get you some cool stuff from Fence, as far as we know right now, but I don't think it would do extra stuff like that in game. I'm totally going to lose my voice today. Do you think there could be a group of 5 and the... Do you think there could be a group of 5 and the 2 enter labs while the other 3 chill in factory waiting for them to come back? Again, guys, like, you're not going to... I don't know. They have not given an extra detail. I don't know if that's a thing. I really don't know. I'm serious. What I said before is all that we have. So, do you think they will add a CCTV camera outside the labs door to stop people camping the door, leaving labs? Who knows? I'm sure they can think about stuff like that, but whenever they're asked about it, whenever Nikita himself is asked about like campers and what he thinks about them and stuff, he has always answered it as just look for them, or welcome to Tarkov, basically, or stuff like that. Like, that's it. It's just like if you are walking up to an exit, expect there to be an exit camper. That has always been his answer to that stuff. So, I'm assuming it'll be something like that too. Just look for them forehead. Like, that is like actually how he answers that. Yeah, some people are weird. I don't get what that stuff is. Counter raid hasn't slowed down RMT. Of course it has. It's made it more difficult. It's made their lives more difficult, Chris Woods. I don't know about slowed them down because people really want their stuff. They really want to be able to be better at Tarkov or have gear in Tarkov. But it absolutely has made their life more difficult, which I'm completely on board with. So you have to at least admit that, right, Chris? And they're never going to do microtransactions, so you won't see them do that. I mean, we haven't seen more extended, like the found and raid stuff and anything extra since then, so you have to assume it's working to some point, right? Or else they would keep doing stuff. RMT is definitely getting worse. Oh, what the fuck? RMT is definitely getting worse. Browsing said forums, the prices are increasing and a lot are getting frustrated with new updates. So Tars, do you mean better? Because that sounds like they're making their life hell. It sounds like they are doing. Just needs to put the nail in the coffin. Yeah, so okay. All right, so I read that wrong. Yeah, you agreed. So yeah, I think it is working. What's your opinion on EOD? I just bought it and I somehow
microwave.
Will Battle Eye ever come in any use? I have been cheating on out for 8 months and no ban on the horizon.
Well, thanks for the $5 or whatever that ends up being. Appreciate your money. Appreciate your money, bud. Thanks for coming by. BSG needs to put the nail in the coffin to RMT and speak legal action against it. I don't know anything about that. All right, chill, guys. He's gone. The problem with that is then they change the name of their... Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff they can do. I'm not completely into it. Did you see the old game engine alpha? They did make the scope much more realistic. Do you think they can achieve somewhat the same? Possibly. I'm not super in the know with that stuff. I know there's going to be the scope rework is coming up, though. I know that's going to be coming up. All right, guys, that's over 10 o'clock here. If you look on a cheater site, you can... Guys, stop. Yeah, let's not fucking talk about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that. We're gonna stop talking about that because that's just bullshit. Obviously, that's not a good thing. I don't know what's wrong with people that want to do that stuff. Hopefully they find help. Hopefully they find some enjoyment in doing it. I'm assuming they do, or else they wouldn't come here and troll me about it. But hey, oh well. We're not gonna give it any extra time. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. This will be up on Spotify later, and if you have any more questions, you can leave in the comments, or you can come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. I do these morning shows from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern U.S. time. And other than that, we got Twitch Rivals today, and of course, if I get the answers to those Q&A questions, I will pop them up as soon as I possibly can. So stay tuned for that. And we've got a big video coming up Saturday. I have secured a second sponsor. So the thing with the sponsors is that I'm only going to do them once a week. And so I made sure that I could secure it for 1 week after I've already done the first one. So yeah, people are getting rowdy, so we got to head out of here. So Saturday is going to be a big video and it's also going to be a sponsored video. And we're going to have something in between that. Hopefully the answers get the questions get answered before that, and I can do something before that. But until tomorrow at least, I hope you guys have a nice day. Thanks for hanging out. I love you. See ya.